Hello, I'm Joe McDonald and this is Big Mac's Battle Blog. How I'm doing personal health and mental well-being episode. Well, not fucking good. I made a Facebook post the other night. I know a lot of you saw it. I wish I hadn't wrote that. I was a little bit drunk, but like right in the middle of a breakdown I'd been having for a couple of days then. The truth of the matter is I've been suffering with PTSD for the last couple of years, and since I've left the army it's basically just got worse. 90% of my waking day, when I'm not actively talking into a camera, perhaps I should make more videos, or talking to a friend, and thank you for the friends who've taken the time to speak to me and reached out over the last couple of days. I do appreciate it. It was helpful. Talking to the right person in the right set of circumstances is helpful. But yeah, 90% of my waking day is filled with this fucking film reel of stuff going through my head. Some of it is to do with the war. Some of it is to do with a unhappy and stressful childhood with my stressful fucking dog who like attacks every other dog who goes past. That's another thing. You know what? Anyone want a one sock? I'm joking, okay? I'm joking. I do love him, but over the last couple of months he's gone from this like really well socialized lovely dog to this like hyper aggressive cunt that I hate fucking walking everywhere. I fucking hate him sometimes. He killed a neighbour's dog, Dessa, a couple of weeks ago. Little fucking Yorkshire Terrier. That set me back a few €100. And then a couple of days ago he fucking he tried to kill another small fluffy expensive rich woman's dog, for no reason, right? It was a fucking girl as well, you know what I mean? But it yipped at him, so he went for the fucking kill. So yeah, when I'm not having PTSD flashbacks, the one activity I'm meant to have that's meant to be wholesome and, and like healthy and relaxing and joyful, i.e. walking my dog, is normally filled with him trying to kill at least 3 other dogs through the course of the walk. I can't have him off the lead. I can't take my eyes off him for a second. I can't trust him. So that hasn't been adding to my overall happiness and recovery at all. I've spent a lot of time in Odessa as well with some good friends of mine who've been very, very good to me since I left. But I'm also not sure if that lifestyle down there and just basically doing a lot of day drinking, which has been good, social, positive drinking. I mean, there's like dealing with your sadness by drinking on your own in a darkened room or a park bench, and then there's dealing with, recovering from your unhappiness by being at a beach with lots of bikini babes around and sipping cocktails that your friend's wife's making for you. So, I don't think overall it's been negative, but I don't think it's been really helping me to move forward. I certainly haven't done a lot of the things that I need to do, like go and get a CT scan, an MRI, and a full board of tests, because I've probably got something serious based on how I feel. And my lungs are in really bad condition after 2 years of mouldy, dusty, damp buildings and high explosive smoke, I haven't done any of that. Why? Because I'm scared. Because I'm scared of getting the news from the doctor that, yes, in fact, middle-aged man, you are now irreparably fucked, and it's just an increasingly downhill slope from here, So yeah, I haven't been doing any of that. I haven't written any of the book at all. I haven't even opened the fucking laptop since I left the army. And yeah, I'm basically, I feel exhausted very easily these days. I'll go for a walk with the bastard cunt attacks other dog's fucking dog, and you know, that I love. I mean, I have to admit, I do love him. Like, if it wasn't for him, when I had my TBI, my traumatic brain injury at the start of, or cumulative TBIs that got too bad at the start of 24, I would have topped myself. And the other night, if it wasn't for the fact that I can't kill myself and in good conscience leave a dog to starve or, you know, get run over on the streets in a panic, so I would have chucked myself off a fucking bridge in Kyiv the other night. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of being me. You know, it's fucking hard work. I mean, other things, there's always lots of things that add up to a point like this. Like the unit I've left, it seems to have really fucking collapsed since I left, and everyone's fucking infighting and hates each other. And I had an argument, admittedly when I was drunk, with like all three of the main drone commanders the other night, and told them to go fuck themselves. I'm not sure if I really mean that at the moment, and that's the thing. What I want to be saying is I didn't mean that, and I deeply regret it, and I'll be making amends, and I'll be delivering a Hilux to them in a few days, and I just don't fucking know now. You know, I mean, I chose to put myself in a Ukrainian unit to avoid drama with foreigners, because there's a lot of drama in foreign units over here, and a lot of revolving door soldiers. You know, it's fucking stressful and pain in the arse. People fucking murdering each other. That'll come out sooner or later, you know, and more than you know about, trust me. And yeah, you know, so I chose a Ukrainian unit, but ultimately, due to my inability to learn Ukrainian in a timely manner, or at all, basically, TBIs being a factor in that, you know, whacks to the head from artillery being a factor in that, but it's no excuse. You know, it was a very, very lonely 2 years. You know, I doubt any of the guys will be inviting me on holiday and stuff in the future. So yeah, and I feel blokes shouldn't talk about the feelings, because someone will always use you against you. Just look at the comments on this video. You know, someone will mark you out as you know, depressed men, people with PTS. People don't feel much sympathy for them. It's more a case of fear and worriness. And you know, that's how I feel. I feel like my friend's wife is uncomfortable around me sometimes, and you know, there's no specific thing about that. It's just the fact that I am permanently internally kind of sad and kind of angry. And you know, the thing with TBIs as well is that it's like people who have head injuries very often tend to become more like snappy and aggressive, and I am there's a dog coming past now, so I'm just trying to tell one sock to like not be a dick. Let's see if he growls here. Almost certainly. So yeah, the thing is with TBIs, it makes people more snappy, more aggressive, and in my case, I really worry that is should I were I to get a girlfriend or a wife and have some kids, am I the kind of guy who's going to become a shouty, aggressive, maybe even violent tyrant? Like, so yeah, here we go. So I had to move then. We just got like a load of people turn up to the quiet little spot I'd managed in the shade I'd managed to find by the river to do some businessman bullshit. You know, bunch of twats with clipboards, useless managers. It's the world over, not just Ukraine. But yeah, anyway, where was I? So basically, yeah, I really worry about how my head injuries and how my PTS and how my depression and how my anxiety and how I can't cope with stressful situations, do you know what I mean, anymore. Like, I can't handle people interfering with what I'm doing. I don't like people interrupting me when I'm working on something, and I can get really snappy really fucking easy. And part of that is, work. I think it's got a lot worse since I've spent time in the military, basically making thousands and thousands and thousands of fucking bombs. And when occasionally someone had come into my little workshop and just start like picking things up or chatting to me with a stupid grin on the face, and I was just very much like, look, you might be my squad leader, but this is my workshop. Fuck off. Don't ever fucking bother me when I'm working on a bomb. Now I feel like that about everything, like, don't interrupt me when I'm so much as fucking making a sandwich, or I'll tell you to go fuck yourself. And well, who wants to live with that? Who wants that as a friend or a partner? I fucking wouldn't, So, yeah. Now, what are the solutions to this? Well, one is I kill myself. And then my problems are over. I'm not scared of dying. I don't think there's a heaven or a hell. There's just nothing, And I don't believe, it's a good... This is the bit of the video that might end up upsetting some people. Because I've got to talk about things that a lot of people have a lot of belief and faith in, like religion and psychology, and I don't. I don't think there is. I don't believe in a God, like, at all. Some of the guys I've killed or seen killed or helped kill were praying. Where was God for them then? Nasty business on the islands. Neither side takes prisoners. That's how it is. So, there's that. Then there's the psychology side of thing. And after 41 years of being around, and seeing psychology become something that only the very rich could afford, definitely in England, and now is like, something that in some form, usually kind of shit, is something a lot of people go for. I'm of the opinion that you can talk about something, like the main function a psychologist serves is the same as a friend who'll listen to you, only you're paying them, so they can't just tell you, I'm bored of this, fuck off. Do you know what I mean? Like, any wise-ish, compassionate-ish person, I think, can perform the same role as a psychologist. And, you might find that a wise, compassionate person who's had a similar experience to you, i.e. another soldier, or perhaps an emergency service worker or something like that, will be much, much better to talk to than a fucking, some man or woman from fucking some peaceful, affluent city in the West, and the most traumatic thing they've ever seen was a car crash and a fight at a party, What the fuck is someone like that going to have to say to me? And most of them, I don't think, even bother. Most medical health professionals, I don't consider you professionals, like, most of them, would rather just fucking dole you out some pills, and turn you into ambition sociopath with all your emotions dulled down, rather than actually talk to you and work through it. So yeah, fuck Sigmund Freud and fuck Jesus Christ our Lord, basically, and fucking anyone else, on that point. I don't think either of them, like taking up a hobby, like taking up a friendship with taking up a deep conversation with an imaginary friend seems like a way to make yourself more mentally unwell than more well to me. But some people may disagree. Sorry you feel that way. Don't take it personally. Everyone's entitled to their own beliefs, But yeah, where was God when those guys who were praying, got bombs dropped on them? Where was God when Mariupol got taken? Where was God when Putin invaded in the first place? Yeah. So yeah, solutions to the problem. I guess I'm just going to try and focus on fitness and achieving my goals, which is primarily to finish the book and get it published before Christmas. And if I can just knuckle down and do that, I will. I'd also like to go and do a drone course and possibly an EOD course this year, but one step at a time. It's really affected me, this breakdown. I feel like I've managed to damage friendships without intending to. You know what the weirdest thing about this is? I haven't eaten more than half a packet of noodles and half a slice of pizza in 5 days now. I have never fasted in my life. I have never gone a day without eating, ever. You know, so yeah, I don't know, for me not to have an appetite is really fucking weird. So I'm going to finish my walk. I'm going to walk over to the other side of Kyiv and get a taxi back to my village. I stayed at a friend's last night I have in Kyiv, so who lives on the left bank, and then I'm going to go over to the right bank, eat a steak, and then get a taxi back to my village. So yeah, that's it for now. Bit of an explanation. So yeah, it's goodbye from me, Joe McDonald at Big Max Battle Blogs. It's goodbye from one sock. And as always, to our pro-Russian and Vatnik listeners, Idina Hojza Lupa.